Hi everyone! Welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to activate the dark mode in Excel. Now, if you're someone who spends a lot of time staring at spreadsheets or at a computer screen at night, the dark mode is made for you. The dark mode is gentle on your eyes, less straining, and cool to use. Fortunately, most software designers have recognized this and started including a dark theme as a part of their default themes pack. Microsoft Excel also has a built-in dark theme that you can try, but it has one major problem. The cells are still colored white even with the dark mode enabled, but there is a way to enable true dark mode in Excel. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to do this the easy way. Now let us quickly jump to the procedure. As the first step, you must enable the built-in dark mode by changing the default Office theme. To do this, just go to the Files tab and click on Options. Under the General Options, click on the Office theme and change it to black or dark gray as per your requirements. As soon as you do this, notice that the dark theme is applied to everything inside the Excel window except the cells. Now for the second step. You must create a dark background image for the Excel sheet. You can do this however you want. You can take a suitable dark background image from the internet or create one with Photoshop. But in this guide, I'll show you how to easily create one using PowerPoint. Open a blank presentation in PowerPoint and go to the Design tab. Click on the Format Background button. Apply a suitable dark color for your blank slide from the color picker. I recommend you make similar slides with slightly different dark color shades on each slide. Now save them as PNG images in an easily locatable folder. Now for the last step. You must apply this background image to your sheet. All you need to do now is go to the Page Layout tab and click on the background option. Now select an appropriate PNG image. You can use trial and error and change the background to find out which shade of black suits you best. But keep in mind you have to change the font color for the entire sheet. Choose the appropriate font color that's contrasting enough. Note that this added background only applies to that specific sheet you're working on. You must add them separately to all sheets if needed. That's everything about how to enable the Excel dark mode. Do implement this technique for all your spreadsheets and your eyes will definitely thank you. If you have any questions regarding this or any other Excel features, please let us know in the comments below. We're always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone! Welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'm going to show you how to apply the accounting number format in Excel. If you regularly use Excel to track your finances, I'm sure you would have come across this accounting number format. You may already know that Excel has built-in formatting options for various data types, but for money, it has two formats: the currency format and the accounting number format. Now, what is special about this format, and how is it different from the standard currency format? The first important difference is the alignment. What sets the accounting number format apart is its perfect sense of alignment. As you can see here, the currency symbol and the decimal points are perfectly aligned in the whole column, making it easier to read. And the currency format displays negative values as is, whereas the accounting format displays them inside brackets. And the currency format displays zero values as is, whereas the accounting format replaces them with a small hyphen. And the currency symbol appears right next to the number in the currency format, whereas it appears at the extreme left end of the accounting number format. Also, the decimal points and comma separators are perfectly aligned in the accounting number format. That is not the case with the currency format. Keeping all these things in mind, let us now look at how to apply the accounting number format in Excel. Now, there are three ways to apply the accounting format in Excel. You can use the accounting number format button, or you can use the drop down in the number group, or you can use the Format Cells dialog box. We'll look at them one by one. To use the accounting number format button, You can follow these steps. Select the cells you want to format. Locate and click on the Accounting Number Format button in the Number group under the Home tab. This will apply your regional currency to the format. The keyboard shortcut for this is Alt followed by H followed by AN. If you need some other currency to be applied, click on the drop-down button next to the Accounting Number Format button and click on the suitable currency. You can also increase or decrease the decimal values as per your requirements by clicking here. You can use the keyboard shortcuts for this as Alt followed by H followed by 0, Alt followed by H followed by 9 to increase or decrease respectively. Another way to access the accounting format option is to use the drop-down menu in the Number group under the Home tab. Now, select Accounting from the list of formats appearing in the drop-down menu. This will apply your regional currency to the format. The keyboard shortcut to do this is Alt followed by H followed by N and followed by A followed by an Enter. The Format Cells dialog box is another effective way to apply the accounting format in Excel. Now let us see how to use it. Select the cells for which you need to apply the accounting format. Right-click on the selection and click on the Format Cells option in the right-click menu. Alternatively, you can use the keyboard shortcut Control-1. In the Format Cells dialog box, select the Number tab. Then select Accounting under Category. Choose your currency symbol and the number of decimal places you want, and click OK. That's all, folks. These are the different methods to apply the accounting number format in Excel. If you have any questions regarding this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments. We're always happy to help. If you need more high-quality Excel guides, please check out our free Excel Resources Center in the description. Thank you. Hi, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I will teach you how to split cells in Excel. In this example, I have a list of customer names that has both the first and last names together. But I need to find a way to split the names into first names and last names and display them in separate columns like shown here. In this video, I'll show you 3 easy ways to do this in Excel. Now, the first method involves the use of the Text to Columns feature. First, select the range of cells you want to split. Then, click on the Text to Column button under the Data tab. In the next window, check the Delimited option as the data type and click on Next. In the next step, choose the type of delimiter present in your data. In this example, the first name and last name are separated by a space. Hence, space is the delimiter here. Here you can also preview how your split data appears for each delimiter. You can also enter any other delimiter not present in this list. In the next step, just enter the destination cell for the split data and click on the Finish button. Your cells are successfully split into first names and last names here. In the second method, I'm going to use text functions to split the names. For the first name, I'll use a combination of a left and search functions. Enter this formula in cell B. Here, the search function looks for any space in the customer name and returns its position in the string. Then, the left function extracts the part of the string from the left side, up to the position returned by the search function. Drag the formula to the remaining cells. All the first names have been extracted. For the last names, use a combination of right, len, and search functions. Enter the formula in cell C. Here, the search function looks for any space in the customer name and returns its position in the string. Then, the write function extracts the part of the string from the right side up to the position returned by the search function. Drag the formula to the remaining cells. The last names have been extracted. You have successfully split the names into two. In the third method, we're going to use the flash fill feature to split the cells. Just enter the first name in an adjacent cell and drag it to the remaining cells. Click on the autofill options icon and select Flash Fill to let Excel fill all of the first names automatically. Repeat the process for the last names column. You have successfully split the first and last names. That's all, folks. These are the different methods to split cells in Excel. If you have any questions regarding this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone! Welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to group worksheets in Excel. So first of all, why group worksheets in the first place? Grouping worksheets will save you a lot of time when you need to perform the same tasks on them repeatedly. For example, you can enter the same formula or apply the same formatting to all worksheets without switching between them. That is, any change made in any one of the grouped worksheets will reflect in all other worksheets in the group simultaneously. So without further delay, let's see how to easily do this in Excel. First, press and hold the Control button. Then, while holding the Control button, click on the Sheets tab you want to group one by one. And finally, release the Control button. That's all. You've successfully grouped the selected worksheets. Notice that the Grouped Worksheets tab have a white background, whereas the other sheet tabs have a gray background. Now, any change made in any one of the grouped sheets will reflect in all the other grouped sheets simultaneously. Let's check this by adding a sample column here in this sheet. Now, as you can see, the same column appears in other grouped sheets as well. Next, I'll show you how to group all worksheets in one go. This will come in handy when you have more than 5 sheets in your workbook and grouping them one by one becomes clumsy. Just right-click on any sheet tab and click on the Select All Sheets option from the menu. That's all. Now all your worksheets are grouped together. You can edit any one of them to apply the same changes to all sheets in one go. Now finally, let's see how to ungroup worksheets in a workbook. It's always a good idea to ungroup worksheets once you're done with the changes. This will avoid unwanted errors and confusion. You can do this 2 ways. The first method is to just click on any sheet tab outside the group. This will immediately ungroup them. Or just right-click on any of the grouped sheet tabs and click on the Ungroup Sheets from the menu. Well, that's all, folks. We've seen all the different methods to group worksheets in Excel. If you have any other questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments below. We're always happy to help. If you need more high-quality Excel guides, please check out our free Excel Resources Center in the description below. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to add error bars in Excel. But before we begin, let me tell you what error bars actually are. Error bars are a very useful tool to represent the variability in a data set. That is, they display how far the real value can deviate from the measured value. It is a very important tool in statistical analysis and scientific experiments. They can help you visualize the deviation of the data variables from their means in a very intuitive way. In Excel, they can be added to suitable charts like bar, column, line, scatter, and bubble charts. Without further delay, let us see how to add error bars to your charts easily. Once your suitable chart is plotted and ready, click anywhere on the graph and click on the Chart Elements option on the top right corner of the chart. Then click on the Error Bars arrow to expand it and select a suitable option from the drop-down menu. Now you have 4 options under this. Use the standard error option to display the default standard error for all values. Use the percentage error option to add percentage error bars to your chart. The default percentage error is 5%, and you can change this under the More Options section. Use the standard deviation option to show the standard deviation of the data points. That is, how far it is from the average. Use the More Options button to edit the error bar values and to create custom error bars. It will open the Format Error Bars pane where you can set custom values for the fixed, percentage, and standard deviation error bars. You can also choose the direction of the error bars and also format the appearance of the error bars. Now, in this example, I will use the standard error option. You can customize the error bars after adding them by double-clicking any one of them to open the Format Error Bars pane once again. Next, we'll see how to add custom values to error bars. Click on the Chart Elements and on Error Bars, and More Options to access the Format Error Bars pane. Here, click on the Error Bars Option tab. Under Error Amount, click on Custom and click on Specify Value. In the Custom Error Bars dialog box, enter the positive and negative error values. That's all. You have added custom value error bars to your graph. Next, we will see how to add individual error bars in Excel. Sometimes you may need to add individual error bars of varying lengths to each data point in the series. To do this, first you need to calculate the standard deviation of each data point in the series using the standard deviation function. Keep these standard deviation values ready in an adjacent column like this. Click on Chart Elements, on Error Bars, and on More Options to access the Format Error Bars pane. Here, click on the Error Bars Option tab under Error Amount. Click on Custom and on Specify Value. In the Custom Error Bars dialog box, enter the cell reference of the standard deviation values we just calculated. That's all. You have successfully added individual error bars of varying lengths of standard deviation to each data point in a data series. Well, that's all, folks. We have seen all the different options to add error bars in Excel. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments section. We are always happy to help. If you need more high-quality Excel guides, please check out our free Excel Resources Center in the description below. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to add an indent in Excel. Have you ever noticed that the numbers in Excel are always aligned to the right? And text strings are always aligned on the left? Also, did you notice that the cell contents always stick to the cell borders? But in some cases, you may want to change that. For example, you're preparing a financial report and you want all the subtotals of the category to start a few pixels away from the cell border. This is called indentation, and it helps in presenting your data better. It reduces clutter in your spreadsheet and makes it easier for the user to view and interpret the data. In this guide, I'll show you how to quickly indent in Excel. To start, how to indent in Excel using the Excel ribbon. The Excel ribbon has a ready-made button to apply indents to your cells in Excel. To use this, just follow these steps. First, select the range of cells where you want to apply the indentation. In the Home tab, inside the Alignment group, click on the Increase Indent icon. This will apply an indent of 3 spaces to all the cell contents from the left margin. If there are multiple lines in these cells, then each one of them will be indented by 3 spaces from the cell margin. Keep clicking on the Increase Indent button will increase the indent by 3 spaces. To decrease the indent already present in a cell, click on the Decrease Indent icon. It will decrease the indent by 3 spaces. In some cases, you may want to apply different indents to each line in a cell. As we just saw, the built-in indent option in the Excel ribbon cannot do that. But there is still a way to accomplish this in Excel. All you need to do is just add them manually for each line. You can do this by following these steps. Double-click on the cell where you want to apply an indentation. You can add a line break using Alt plus Enter where you want to add an indent. Go to the beginning of the line where you want to add the indent, and then manually press space as many times as you want the indent size to be. Repeat the same process for all the lines you want to indent individually. Although this is not a perfect technique, this workaround still gets the job done. You can use it when you really need it. Or you may want to know what is the keyboard shortcut to indent in Excel. You can quickly add indents to your cells using these keyboard shortcuts. Highlight the cells you want to indent and use these shortcuts. For right indent, Alt H6. For left indent, Alt H5. This will immediately apply the standard indent of 3 spaces to the selected line of text. Well, that's all, folks. We have seen all the different methods to indent in Excel. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments section. We're always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to easily use the Excel Format Painter feature. Now, this guide on how to use the Format Painter feature is suitable for all Excel versions, including Office 365. First, what is the Format Painter Excel feature? Now, it's always good practice to format your Excel sheet before sharing it with others. This improves not only the aesthetics, but also the usability of your worksheet. Though formatting tasks like applying borders, headers, alignment can look simple, they can become very daunting if you have to do them repeatedly. Let's say, for example, you've spent a decent amount of time carefully editing and formatting an Excel spreadsheet. What if you come across another spreadsheet that requires the same formatting to be applied? Do you begin all over from scratch? The Format Painter in Excel solves this problem quickly by copying previous formatting to your new spreadsheet. This will save you a lot of time and effort when working with multiple worksheets. The Format Painter copies font size, color, type, etc., text alignment like left, right, or center, cell borders, cell background, font styles like bold, italics, or underline, the number format type like number, currency, accounting, or text, and conditional formatting. So without further ado, I'll show you how to easily use the Format Painter in Excel. To use the Format Painter to copy formatting, follow these simple steps. First, select the cell or range of cells whose formatting you want to copy. Click on the Format Painter button in the Clipboard section of the Home tab. Go to the destination cell or range of cells where you want to apply the formatting and click on it. See, Excel instantly applied the same formatting of your selected cells to the destination cell range. Now keep in mind it will not copy original values with the formatting. You can use it to copy formatting within a worksheet, between worksheets, and between workbooks. Next, I'm going to show you some interesting examples. Let's start with copying conditional formatting using the Format Painter in Excel. This is one of the best use cases for the Format Painter. Conditional formatting requires a lot of work setting up. Doing it again from scratch is a waste of time. You can instantly apply conditional formatting to other cells, worksheets, or workbooks simply by copying it using the Format Painter option. What's more interesting, you can copy conditional formatting from one workbook to another. This will immensely help you save your precious time, so keep this in mind the next time you use conditional formatting. Next, we'll talk about duplicate shape formatting using the Excel Format Painter. Now, the Format Painter does not only apply to normal cells, it also works with shapes in Excel. Let's say, for example, you have to add buttons for your action items in your workbook. For this, you may need to create many rectangular boxes with texts inside of them. You can instantly copy the formatting from the first shape to the other shapes using the Format Painter in Excel. Now let's cover some useful tips when using the Format Painter. When you want to copy a formatting style over a range of cells, simply drag the cursor over the range of the destination cells after clicking on the Format Painter button. When you want to copy a formatting style over many separate ranges of cells, double-click on the Format Painter button. This will lock the Format Painter option, and you can apply the formatting to all the ranges without clicking the Format Painter each time. And once you're done, press Escape or, once again, click on the Format Painter icon to unlock it. Well, that's all, folks. That's everything you need to know about how to easily use the Excel Format Painter feature. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments section. We're always happy to help. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I will show you how to easily insert a checkbox in Excel. In case you didn't know, a checkbox is a graphical tool to select or deselect a variable. I'm sure you have come across checkboxes at least once over the internet. These are extensively used to create forms, checklists, and dynamic dashboards. In this guide, I will teach you how to insert a checkbox in Excel the easy way, along with some interesting applications like to-do lists, dynamic charts, and interactive reports. Without further delay, let's quickly jump into the procedure. Now, before dealing with how to add checkboxes in Excel, you need to know how to activate the Excel Developer tab as it contains the option to add checkboxes. It won't be activated in your copy of Excel by default. To activate it, right-click on any of the ribbon tabs and click on the Customize Ribbon button. Now, the Excel Options dialog box will appear. Under it, inside the Main Tabs pane of the Customize the Ribbon section, click the check mark next to the Developer option. Then click OK. This will switch on the Developer tab in Excel. Now we can use the Developer tab to insert checkboxes in Excel. Now, let us see how to insert a checkbox in Excel. Follow these steps. Go to the Developer tab and click on the Insert button inside the Controls group. Now, select the Insert button inside the Controls group of the Developer tab. In the Form Controls section of the drop-down menu, click on the checkbox icon. Now, click on the cell where you need to insert the checkbox. This will insert a checkbox somewhere in the vicinity of that cell. Now, drag the checkbox to the exact desired location using the four-pointed arrow. You can access this by hovering over the checkbox with your mouse pointer. Please note that all checkboxes in Excel come with a preset text checkbox 1. To remove it, right-click on the text box and select the text. Now, you can either delete it or change it according to your preferences. Congratulations, you have successfully learned how to insert a checkbox in Excel. In the next sections, we will see how to insert multiple checkboxes and how to link them to other cells. A checkbox in Excel will not work unless it's linked to another cell in the workbook. To link a checkbox to another cell, follow these steps. Right-click on the checkbox and click on the Format Control option. Now, go to the Control tab of the Format Control dialog box and make these two changes. Here, enter the fixed reference of the cell to be linked inside the Cell Link option. Alternatively, you can just click on the cell to be linked to automatically get the cell reference. Then, set the value to Checked to make sure that the checkbox is checked by default. Now, click OK. This will link the checkbox to the specified cell. Now, if the checkbox is checked, the cell will display true. If not, the cell will display false. Now that we know how to insert a checkbox in Excel and link it to another cell, we will look into how to insert multiple checkboxes in Excel. You can do this in two ways. I'll show them one by one. In the first method, you have to insert multiple checkboxes using the Developer tab. This is the most obvious and straightforward method. Just keep repeating the same steps you use for adding a single checkbox as many times as you want. The problem is, it is very time-consuming. Also, you have to manually remove the caption name for each of these checkboxes and drag them to their proper location every time. The second method involves copying and pasting the checkboxes or dragging them using the fill handle. You can simply copy and paste a checkbox to multiple cells as many times as you want. Please note that you can use the normal shortcuts Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to do this. Alternately, drag a checkbox down to other cells using the fill handle the same way you would drag a formula to other cells. Keep in mind, you have to manually change the linked cell reference for each copied checkbox. In the next section, we will see some interesting examples of use cases for checkboxes in Excel. With the help of checkboxes, you can create interactive to-do lists, dynamic charts, dynamic reports, etc. First, let us see how to make an interactive to-do list using checkboxes in Excel. Here is an example of an interactive to-do list in Excel. It keeps track of the percentage of tasks completed and updates their status in a visually intuitive way. To create such an interactive dashboard in Excel, follow these steps. Create a list of tasks for your to-do list and arrange them in a column, preferably column A, i.e. A2, A10. In the next adjacent column, column B, i.e. B2, B10, add checkboxes to each of these tasks. Now, manually link each of these checkboxes to a separate group of cells in another column. Any non-adjacent column will do. In this example, F2, F10. Then, in column C, i.e. C2, C10, check the status of completion of each task using the checkbox linked cells. To do this, use the if condition in cell C2 and drag it to the entire range of C2, C10 by using the fill handle. Next, add the status of completion of each task using an if statement. Now you can go the extra mile and apply conditional formatting to this range, C2, C10, to make it more visually appealing. For example, apply green color to the completed cells and amber color to the incompleted cells. Now, to calculate the number of tasks completed, you can use this COUNTIF formula. Similarly, to calculate the percentage of the tasks completed, use this COUNTIF formula. That's all. We have successfully made an interactive to-do list using checkboxes. Next, we'll see how to create an interactive dynamic chart using checkboxes in Excel. Imagine this for a second. You are presenting the annual and quarterly growth reports for the past 3 years to your team. You have created a stack bar with a line chart to represent this. But some of your teammates find it difficult to make sense of both years' data at the same time. To solve this problem, you can create an interactive dynamic chart in Excel using checkboxes to selectively display a specific year's data. Here's how to do this. Add 2 checkboxes corresponding to the 2 years and link them to separate cells in a different range. Then, using these linked cells as a reference criterion, copy only the data of the selected year using an if statement. Now, use this data to create a chart of your desired type and style. In this example, we have created a combo chart to represent this data. Now, use the checkboxes that toggle the chart data on/off. Congratulations, you have successfully created an interactive chart using checkboxes in Excel. Finally, let us see how to make a dynamic report using checkboxes in Excel. Let's say, for example, you have a complex sales report, which summarizes the total sales revenue across regions for different months and quarters. To make it more presentable, you can add controls by using checkboxes to display only the selected region's data. To do this, follow these steps. Add checkboxes to the 4 regions or any other parameter and link them to another range of cells in the spreadsheet. Now, return the selected region names by using an if condition adjacent to the linked cells. Next, find the region names using the linked cells in the adjacent column like shown here. You can use the dsum formula to find the sum and display the relevant data from the source data based on this criteria. Similarly, use the daverage function to calculate the average of the data. Congratulations, you have successfully created an interactive report in Excel using checkboxes. That's all, folks. In this guide, I've covered everything you need to know about how to insert a checkbox in Excel. I strongly recommend that you download the practice sheet and test these techniques out for yourself. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comment section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to fix the spill error in Excel. The Excel spill error, commonly referred to as a spill error, is a very common problem affecting users who use the Office 365 versions of Excel. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through some important methods to troubleshoot this error. But before we do that, we need to first understand what spill means in Excel and what is exactly causing the problem. The latest version of Excel in the Office 365 subscription comes with a set of formulas that support dynamic arrays. This means that these formulas can do multiple calculations and return multiple values at the same time, unlike a normal Excel formula. In case there are multiple results, they are filled up in the adjacent cells to the formula cell. This is called spilling in Excel. So now, what causes the spill error in Excel? In most cases, the reason is very simple. Some values might already be present in the spill range of a dynamic array function. This will create a conflict and Excel will alert you with a spill error. But in some cases, the reasons are not so obvious. There might be other reasons as well, like invisible values blocking the spill range, dragged formula blocking the spill range, or unsupported or improper use of dynamic arrays, etc. You have to look at each such error carefully to determine what is causing the problem. Let us now see how to fix the spill error in Excel. To fix it, first identify the error message displayed by clicking on the yellow warning triangle inside the error cell. In the next section, I'll walk you through each of these error messages and teach you how to tackle them one by one. First, if the error message in the spill range is not blank, it means that some value or formula is obstructing the spill range of your dynamic array formula. To fix this error, clear the entire spill range after the dynamic array formula, or move the dynamic array formula to another location. If the spill range is visibly clear but still causing the spill error, click on the Select Obstructing Cells option below the error message. This will highlight the cells that are obstructing the spill range. Delete them to remove the error. Next, if the error message is spilling inside tables, it means you have inserted a dynamic array formula inside a table. Please keep in mind that dynamic array formulas are not supported in Excel tables. To fix this, either move the formula to another location or format the table as ranges. If the error message is spill range contains merged cells, it means that one or more merged cells are obstructing the spill range. To fix this error, unmerge the merged cells or delete them. If you cannot visually locate them, click on the Select Obstructing Cells option to select them. Now, if the error message is spill range is unknown, it means that you are using a dynamic formula inside another dynamic formula like this. Here, the first dynamic formula cannot determine the size of the spill array returned by the second dynamic formula. In other words, the second dynamic formula is volatile. To fix this problem, you have to replace this volatile function with a better alternative or find some other way to do the task without using it. If the error message's spill range is too big, it means your dynamic array function returns a spill array whose length extends beyond the edges of your Excel spreadsheet, 1,048,576 rows. This can happen due to many reasons. But the usual cause is a poor choice of formula, where the columns are used as references instead of ranges of cells. To fix this, either use ranges or cells as references inside the formula. But note that this will make the dynamic array formula into a normal formula. To keep using the dynamic formula, just use an implicit intersection inside the formula by inserting an @ sign in front of the column reference that is causing the problem. An implicit intersection is a fancy way of asking Excel to force multiple values into a single cell value. This will usually fix the error if the spill range is too big. That's all, folks. In this guide, I've covered everything you need to know about Excel spill error. If you have questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comment section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this tutorial, I'll teach you how to easily lock cells in Excel so that you can share your spreadsheets without worries. Imagine this, you're working hard on a project with an Excel sheet that contains important data. You share it with your team and for some reason, you later find out some of the important information is missing. It's frustrating, isn't it? That's why it's important to know how to lock cells in Excel. It will prevent these unintentional errors and save you valuable time. Before I begin, keep in mind that all cells in an Excel worksheet are locked by default, but it will not have any effect until you protect the worksheet. With that out of the way, let's see how to lock all cells in a sheet easily. As the first step, select all the cells in the sheet using the Ctrl+A shortcut. Then, right-click anywhere on the sheet and select Format Cells. You can do this easily using the Ctrl+1 shortcut. In the Format Cells window, click on the Protection tab. Make sure the checkbox next to Locked is selected. This is to check if the cells are locked by default. To enforce this, you have to protect your worksheet. The easiest way to do this is to right-click on the sheet name and click on the Protect Sheet option. Now, set a suitable password in the Set Password section. Below, check the allowed actions for users when they enter the right password. Now, reconfirm the set password. That's it. All the cells in the current workbook will be locked and password protected. Now let us see how to lock specific cells in Excel. It is very similar to the previous method, but with a small twist. First, select all the cells in the sheet and go to the Format Cells window. Make sure all cells are unlocked by unchecking the lock box under the Protection tab. Then, select the specific cells or range of cells that you want to lock. Now, again, go to the Protection tab under the Format Cells window. Here, check the locked box. Now, protect the sheet to apply the changes. To do this, right-click on the sheet name and click on the Protect Sheet option. Now, set a suitable password in the Set Password section. You can also choose the allowed actions for users when they enter the right password. Now, reconfirm the set password. Congratulations, you have locked specific cells in your worksheet. You can now verify that only the selected range of cells are locked. Now let us see how to lock formula cells in a sheet. Sometimes it makes sense to lock only important formula cells to make sure other users don't mess with them unnecessarily. You can do this by following these simple steps. First, select all the cells in the sheet and go to the Format Cells window. As usual, make sure that all the cells are unlocked by unlocking the lockbox under the Protection tab. In the Home tab, locate and click on the Go To Special option under the Find and Select section. In the Go To Special window, select Formulas and click OK. This will make Excel select all formula cells. Once again, open the Formula Cells window and check the Lock Cells option under Protection tab. Set a password and protect the sheet to lock your formula cells. All your formula cells are now locked and cannot be edited. Finally, let us see how to unlock ranges in a spreadsheet for users to edit. Locate and click on the Allow Edit Ranges option under the Protect group in the Review tab. Click on the new button under the Ranges Unlocked by a Password when a sheet is protected option. Now enter a title for your range. Then specify the range and set a range password in the New Range window. Click on the Permissions button to choose which users are allowed to make changes to this range. Under the Permissions for Range 1 window, add users you want to allow and choose if range password is compulsory for them. Click on Apply and then OK. Re-enter password for confirmation. Finally, protect your worksheet to enforce this new rule. Congratulations! Hereafter, all allowed users will be able to edit the specified ranges of cells after entering the password. That's all, folks. In this guide, I have explained how to lock cells in Excel and protect your worksheets the easy way. I'm sure this will come in handy when you collaborate with your coworkers. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I will teach you how to record a macro in Excel the easy way. Although macros can look very intimidating to both Excel experts and newbies alike, they are actually very easy to record if you understand the basics properly. Now, without further ado, let's quickly jump into the tutorial. Before we begin, let us first understand what is an Excel macro. A macro is a code written in the Visual Basic Programming VBA language. And here's where it gets exciting. You can write any set of valid instructions in a macro and run it in Excel's VBA editor to execute them. The possibilities are endless with macros. For example, you can write a macro to delete all the hyperlinks in a workbook, merge multiple sheets, and so on. You might assume that these macro codes are very difficult to write manually. But don't worry, Excel has an inbuilt macro recorder. It will record and automatically convert your activities into executable macros. You can then use these macros to automate repetitive tasks or modify them to create even more powerful macros. Isn't it exciting? Now let us see how to record a macro in Excel. First, activate the Developer tab in Excel if you haven't already done that. To activate it, right-click on any of the ribbon tabs and click on the Customize Ribbon button. Now, the Excel Options dialog box will appear. Under it, inside the Main Tabs pane of the Customize the Ribbon section, click the checkmark next to the Developer option, then click OK. This will switch on the Developer tab in Excel. In the Developer tab, locate and click on the Record Macro button in the Code group. The Record Macro dialog box will now appear. Here, name your macro. Keep in mind that there should be no spaces inside the macro's name. You can use an underscore instead of a space. You can also assign a shortcut key to run this particular macro. This is optional. Please note that this shortcut will replace any other existing shortcut for the same key combinations. In the Store Macro In section, specify where this macro needs to be applicable. For example, this workbook, this worksheet. This will ensure that the macro is saved as part of the Excel file even after closing and reopening it. Now, click on OK. Excel will immediately start recording your on-screen actions. In this example, I will find the sum of range A2 to A10 in cell A11. Click on cell A11, fill in the formula sum, open parentheses, A2, colon, A10, close parentheses, and hit enter. Now you can hit the Stop Recording button in the Developer tab. It will be at the same place where you located the Record Macro option. Congratulations, it is that simple. That's all it takes to record a macro in Excel. Now, let us see how to run a recorded macro in Excel. Even though this macro is simple, you can always build on the basic concept and create complex macros as per your requirement. Now, let us test this macro out by executing it. First, delete the value in cell A11 and clear the formula. Now, locate and click on the Macros option in the Code group of the Developer tab. Select the macro you just created and click on Run in the Macros dialog box. Alternatively, you can use the keyboard shortcut if you assigned one to run the macro. Sit back and watch as the macro does its magic. Your cell A11 will automatically get filled with the formula sum A2 through A10 and display its value. Now, in case you want to view the VBA code version of a recorded macro, hit the keyboard shortcut Alt plus F11. This will open Excel's built-in VBA editor. Your recorded macros will be listed inside the left-hand pane of the VBA editor under the Modules section. Double-click on the module to view the recorded macros VBA code. In our example, the following VBA code was generated for the recorded macro. Keep in mind that we used it to record finding the sum of the range A2 through A10. I recommend you record multiple macros for various simple tasks and see how the VBA code changes for each of them. This way you will rapidly gain an intuitive understanding of VBA codes in Excel. Now that we have seen how to record a macro, it is important to know its limitations. Limitation 1. The macro recorder cannot be used to create custom functions. Surely, you can modify a recorded macro's VBA code, but it is not equivalent to the versatility of a custom VBA code. Limitation 2. The macro recorder cannot record a command without the user selecting an object. For example, it cannot switch to another sheet and delete a particular range without the user manually doing so while recording it. Limitation 3. It cannot take any external arguments including other events. That is, each recorded macro is independent. For example, you cannot record a macro to execute certain commands when a particular condition is triggered. Do this task when opening files, double-clicking, etc. Limitation 4. Similarly, it cannot check for global or external conditions. That is, you cannot use it to run if and else conditions to run commands based on certain criteria. For example, you cannot record a macro to check if the total sales in year 2020 is more than 200 million USD and run a command if that is true. Instead, you can record a macro to add an if formula in the sheet to check the criteria. Finally, limitation 5. Recorded macros cannot execute commands in repeating loops like do while, do until, for next, etc. In this tutorial, we saw how to easily record a macro in Excel. The more you use the macro recorder in Excel, you will appreciate the value of VBA codes better. I recommend that you begin by automating simple tasks like filtering a specific column or sorting a particular range. Macros certainly have a very rewarding learning curve, and the more you practice recording macros, the easier it will be to use them. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, please let us know in the comments. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, we are going to look at how to delete name ranges in Excel. Named ranges are an excellent feature. They are helpful in decluttering your sheets, especially if you have numerous formulas and an abundance of data in your spreadsheet. If you're a regular Excel user, you would have come across name ranges at least once in your work. Essentially, you can use them to name and refer to a cell or a range of cells, instead of using their cell references. For example, after creating a named range called sample referring to the range from cell A2 to cell A10, you can use it inside formulas. For example, sum, open parentheses, sample, close parentheses can be used instead of using the range directly like sum, open parentheses, A2, semicolon, A10, close parentheses. Named ranges simplify work and cut the clutter to make your spreadsheets easy to understand for anyone. However, you may develop a habit of using them and inadvertently overuse them in your spreadsheets. The only problem is that named ranges, especially dynamic ranges, consume a considerable amount of working memory. Overusing them may slow down your Excel spreadsheet. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to delete named ranges in Excel using the Name Manager and VBA codes. First, let us see how to delete named ranges using the Name Manager. Excel's Name Manager is a built-in tool that allows you to create and manage all named ranges inside a spreadsheet. You can use it to delete all or some of the named ranges. Let's see how. First, click on the Name Manager option in the Defined Names section of the Formula tab. Then, in the Name Manager window, select all the named ranges you want to delete. Finally, hit the Delete button. Please note that you can select multiple name ranges at once by holding down the Control key while clicking on them individually. Now, let us see how to filter for specific named ranges to delete them. It is possible to rely too much on named ranges, and before you realize it, your spreadsheet may be flooded with too many of them to select individually. That's where the filter option in the Name Manager will come in handy to filter for specific types of named ranges. For example, if you want to delete only named ranges of tables, first, open the Name Manager from the Defined Names section of the Formula tab. Then, in the Name Manager window, click on the Filter option and choose your desired name range type from the drop-down list. In this example, we use table names. Finally, select the name ranges you want to delete from the filtered list and hit the Delete button. Next, let us see how to smartly delete named ranges using VBA codes. In some rare cases, using the Name Manager filter to delete named ranges may become tedious. You can tremendously simplify the process by using the following VBA codes. Let's see how to do that. First, hit the Alt plus F11 shortcut key to open the VBA editor. Then, in the VBA editor, go to Insert and click on Module. Now, enter either one of the following VBA code snippets inside the module window. Use the first code to delete only certain named ranges containing the string YYY inside their names. Please replace YYY with your desired name range that you are looking for. Use the second code to delete all named ranges from the workbook. Finally, hit the Run button or simply press F5. Congratulations, you have successfully deleted named ranges from your spreadsheet at the press of a button. In this guide, I showed you 2 smart ways to delete unwanted named ranges from your spreadsheet. Do try these out in the practice worksheet and let us know what you think. If you have any questions about this or any other Excel feature, let us know in the comments section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to insert a page break in Excel. Page breaks in Excel are nothing but imaginary lines that separate a spreadsheet into different pages for printing. When you print an Excel sheet, it automatically assigns page breaks based on the paper size and scale settings. However, in some cases, you may want to manually insert a page break in Excel to maintain the ease of understanding for readers. For example, if you have a table that extends well beyond the visible boundaries of a spreadsheet, you can insert page breaks to bring structure to the content. This way, any end user can make sense of the table once it is printed. Let us see how to insert page breaks in Excel without further ado. Before we begin, let us understand the key differences between automatic and manual page breaks in Excel. First, go to the View tab and click on the Page Break View option in the Workbook Views section. This will immediately display all page breaks in your sheet. As mentioned earlier, Excel automatically adds some page breaks by default. Please note that all automatic page breaks are denoted by a blue-colored dotted line, whereas all manual page breaks are denoted by a regular blue line. Keep in mind, you cannot delete automatic page breaks. However, you can move them, which will convert them into manual page breaks. It is always advisable to keep the page break view mode on if you're working with page breaks. To manually insert page breaks in Excel, first open the page break preview. Then, to insert a vertical or horizontal page break, select a column or row respectively, immediately after where you want the page break to appear. Finally, click on the Insert Page Break option in the Break section of the Page Layout tab. The page break will appear in the form of blue lines. Repeat the same process if you want to add more page breaks. Did you know that you can move any page break to a different spot, thereby changing the area of the pages in your spreadsheet? To do this, first, click on the page break you want to move. Then, drag it using the double-headed arrow mouse pointer. Finally, release it in the new location. Now let us see how to remove page breaks in Excel. It is very easy. All you have to do is, first, select the column to the right or down below the page break you want to delete. Then, click on the Page Layout tab. In the Breaks drop-down menu, click on Remove Page Break. Now your sheet will be updated with the remaining breaks. The last option in the drop-down menu of the break is Reset All Page Break. This option allows you to reset the spreadsheet by deleting all the page breaks that you have manually inserted and leaves behind only the automatic page breaks. That's all, folks. We have discussed important tips and tricks about how to insert and adjust a page break in Excel. We hope you find this guide useful. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to bring back a missing scroll bar in Excel. The scroll bar is a very important element in Excel. We use it to move across the columns and rows without any hassle. But what if one day it goes missing all of a sudden? It's going to be difficult working without the scroll bars, right? And getting it back can be very frustrating. Well, don't fret. We're here to help you. Please watch till the end of the video to easily restore the missing scroll bar. Now let's get started without any further delay. First of all, there might be a couple of reasons why the scroll bar goes missing in Excel all of a sudden. The reasons could be one of these. You might have accidentally disabled the scroll bar when you were exploring the settings section. Or you might have disabled it to increase the cell visibility. Another possibility is that you could have minimized the scroll bar. There is an option right below the scroll bar which you might have accidentally clicked on it. One more reason could be that the scroll bar is simply out of view. That is because when you zoom in or minimize the Excel window, the scroll bar would also automatically hide or shrink. Now that you know the reasons why the scroll bar is missing, let's see how to troubleshoot it and fix the missing scroll bar issue. Let's see them one by one. Fix 1. Enable the Excel scroll bar. Let's see how to enable the Excel scroll bar option. To do that, go to the File tab and click on Options. On the left-hand side, click on the Advanced section. On the right-hand side, scroll down and locate the Display option for the Workbook section. Under it, click on both Show Horizontal Scroll Bar and Show Vertical Scroll Bar options. Click the OK button to save the changes. Fix 2. Maximize the scroll bar. Sometimes you have the scroll bar option enabled, but still the scroll bar goes missing. There is a chance that it is minimized and you need to maximize it. Now do this step to restore the scroll bar back. At the bottom, on the right side of the page, you can see 3 small dots. Click on that and drag it to the left side to show the scroll bar. And now check and see if you can see your scroll bar is now enabled. Fix 3. Arrange the tiles. In some versions of Excel, a scroll bar might be missing if the tiles open windows aren't arranged properly. Let's see how to fix this. First, click on the View tab. Then, click on the Arrange All option. Select the Tiled option and click on OK to save your changes. This will fix the missing scroll bar issue if it is caused by improperly arranged tiles. Fix 4. Resize the Excel window. When the Excel window is minimized or if the size is altered, the scroll bar gets hidden. You have to resize the window to make the scroll bar appear. Now let's see how to do this. Click on the file's name bar at the top of the window and drag it to adjust the view. Drag it until the edges of the Excel window are visible to you. Click on the Maximize button near the Close button. Now check whether the scroll bar has appeared on the spreadsheet. That's all, folks. I have discussed the 4 easy ways to fix the missing scroll bar. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask in the comments section. We are always happy to help. If you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to create an Excel heat map from scratch the easy way. But before we begin, let us first understand what a heat map is in the first place. In Excel, charts are widely used to present data in an easy to understand and visually intuitive format. The heat map is one such very popular data visualization tool. A heat map is actually a color-coded table. It conveys a lot of information easily by combining a normal table with a color palette. I'm sure most of us would have come across heat maps in our daily lives. They are used in reports to draw attention to certain data points and explain them easily. Heat maps in Excel use colors to differentiate data, thus helping you get a bird's eye view of what's happening. The value in each cell of an Excel heat map has a color and it conveys some meaning. It usually ranges from dark to light color and represents the weightage of the value in the cell. But unfortunately, there is no built-in heat map tool or chart type in Excel. But that should not stop you from using this wonderful tool. That's why, in the next section, let us see how to create a heat map in Excel using conditional formatting. As the first step, enter your source data in the usual format. This will act as the base of your heat map. Ensure that all the rows and columns of your source data are properly labeled to avoid confusion. Next, select the range of cells where you wish to apply the heat map. Then, go to click on the Color Scales option under the Conditional Formatting section of the Home tab, and pick any suitable color scale. In this example, the red, yellow, green color scale applies green color to lower values and red to higher values. Anything in between will get a shade of yellow mixed with green and red. There is a gradient with different shades for the 3 colors. If you don't want the numbers to appear in your heat map, select the numbers and press the Ctrl+1 shortcut to open the Format Cells dialog box. There, go to the Custom category of the Number tab. Now, type 3 semicolons in the text box and click OK. Congratulations, you have successfully created a heat map in Excel. Sometimes you don't want a multicolor heat map and instead want a single color to be highlighted for the lower values, for the sake of simplicity. To do this, go to click on the More Rules button under the Color Scale section of Conditional Formatting. Now, in the New Formatting Rule box, select To Color Scale from the Format Style drop box, and set any single colors, lighter and darker hues, in the minimum and maximum color pickers as per your requirements. That's it. Click OK to view your single color gradient heat map. An Excel heat map is dynamic by default since it reads the cell values and changes color accordingly. But if you notice carefully, it will not update itself if new rows of data are added. To make it truly dynamic, format your entire data as a table. You can easily do this by selecting the entire heat map, including the headers, and using the Ctrl+T shortcut. This way your heat map will update automatically if newer rows of data are inserted. That's all, folks. In this video, we learned how to create a heat map using conditional formatting in 5 simple steps. I recommend you test this out in a practice sheet to gain better understanding. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to fix the name error in Excel. Errors in Excel can be quite frustrating, especially if you don't know what is causing them. The name error is even more confusing since it's one of the most common types of errors you'll encounter in Excel. The name error occurs if Excel is not able to recognize any particular entity inside a formula. It can range from a simple typo in the formula's name to complex causes like invalid named ranges. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to identify these name errors and fix them on the go. The occurrence of the name error in Excel can be traced back to these 4 primary causes. We'll take a look at them one by one and see how to fix them easily. Reason 1, misspelt formula. This is the most common cause behind the name error in Excel. For example, if you accidentally misspell VLOOKUP, Excel will immediately pop the name error message. To correct this, simply replace the wrong formula name with the correct formula name. Reason 2, improper range usage. In case you are using range references inside your formulas, you have to be careful to avoid name errors. Any improper range reference will trigger the name error in Excel. For example, if you refer to the range B2 to B20 without a colon in between, it will give rise to the name error. Replace all improper usage to clear the name error. Reason 3, misspelled named ranges. Similarly, if you have accidentally misspelled a named range, expect a named error to show up immediately. To avoid this, correct such wrong instances and be careful while referring to them in the future. Also, be wary of using local named ranges. That is, named ranges can either be local, that is, valid inside one worksheet only, or global, that is, valid in all worksheets. If you accidentally refer to a local named range that is not present in your worksheet, you will face the name error. Open the Name Manager using the Ctrl plus F3 shortcut and cross-check the scopes of all named ranges. Reason 4, text not in quotes. In Excel, when you want to refer to any text string, you have to enclose it inside 2 double quotes. If you don't do this, Excel will mistake the string for a formula or a name range and will throw up a name error. Also, note that you have to use the normal straight double quotes to refer to text strings. In some cases, you might accidentally use smart quotes or curly quotes instead of straight quotes. Excel will return the name error since it cannot parse these smart quotes. Keep this in mind while referring to text strings inside formulas. Now that we know how to troubleshoot each type of name error, let's look at how to avoid them in the first place. Tip 1. Take help from formula suggestions. Excel has a very powerful formula suggestion feature. When you start typing in your formula after the equal to symbol, Excel will automatically start suggesting suitable formulas and their respective syntaxes. Please pay special attention to these suggestions and double-check if your formulas are in accordance with the syntax. Interestingly, if you happen to have named ranges in your sheet, these will also appear in the suggestions. This will make it easier for you to enter formulas without errors. Tip 2. Use the Formula Wizard. Use the Formula Wizard if you're still not familiar with any syntax. You can access this by clicking on the FX icon right next to the formula bar. Enter the formula name in the Insert function box. This will take you to the Function Arguments dialog box, where you can enter each argument separately. Now Excel will hold your hand and help you out in filling all the arguments. Tip 3. Identify all the name errors in one go. In some cases, you may want to quickly identify all the name errors in an Excel worksheet. To do this, please follow these steps. Select the data where you want to scan for errors. In the Home tab, click on the Find and Select under the Go To Special section. Select the Errors option under the Formula section and click OK. This will highlight all the errors in the worksheet. Please note that this is not specific to the name error. In case you want this to be specific, follow these steps. Press the Ctrl plus F shortcut to open the Find and Replace menu. Type in name ? In the Find What section. Click on Options and set the Look-In option to Values. Click OK. This will list all the causes of the name error and you can start resolving them one by one. That's all, folks. We hope you find this troubleshooting tutorial helpful. I have covered all of the possible ways to fix a name error in Excel. Please let us know which tip helped you the most. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you 5 easy ways to move rows and columns in Excel. Let's get started without further ado. While creating data on an Excel spreadsheet, it'd be a lot helpful if the data is organized or personalized to our needs. That's why we keep moving and organizing our data all the time. It provides better readability and helps us make sense of huge worksheets with a large number of rows. In Excel, you can move rows and columns using a couple of different methods. First, I'll show you how to move rows using the Insert, Cut, and Delete method. Select the particular row where you need to move the new row. Right-click on the row and click on Insert. A blank row is added and the rest of the contents are pushed down. Next, select the row you want to move. Right-click on the row and click Cut. The cut row will appear with a moving dots animation. Now, right-click on the row and click on Paste. This moves the contents onto the new row and leaves the old row empty. Finally, right-click the empty row and click on Delete. This successfully moves the row into the destined place. In the same way, you can move a column using Insert, Cut, and Delete method, following the same steps we used for moving a row, except use it on the column. First, insert a new column, cut the required column, and paste the column in the desired location. This process is easy to understand and execute, right? But it's time-consuming. There are better ways in Excel to easily move a row or column like a pro. The best one is to move using Shift key. In the next example, I will show you how to easily move a column using the Shift method. Select the column you want to move. Move the mouse pointer to the border of the selected column and you will see the pointer changing to a move icon. Hold Shift and drag the column to the desired location. The place it will be moved to will be highlighted as a red line. Drop the column when you see the red line and you can see the column moved to its desired place. It is that simple. You can try the same for a row by holding Shift. These two are basic functionalities used to move a row or column. But there are simpler methods. In fact, while moving and replacing a row, you don't hold the Shift while moving. Let me show you. Select a row as usual. Drag and drop the row without holding Shift. Once you drop the row, Excel throws a pop-up saying, "Do you want to replace the data?" Click Yes and the data will be moved and replaced. You can delete the empty row by right-clicking on it and deleting it. Another functionality is to move and copy a row/column. This is also similar to the previous method. In this method, you can do this by holding Control instead of Shift. I'll show you how. Select the row just like the previous method. But in this method, hold Control while moving the row. Drop the row in the destination and you can see the row copied onto the desired row. That's all, folks. In this video, we saw how to move rows and columns in Excel the easy way. You can move the rows or columns by the Insert Delete method or using the Shift method. Try all of them and see which method suits you best. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments section. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Dealing with a large database in Excel can be quite difficult. When you copy or import huge data from any database, the presence of unwanted spaces makes things even more complicated. In the case of numbers, some functions throw an error since space is treated as an additional character. These unwanted spaces can be leading, trailing, or occurring in between words or numbers. Sometimes, extra spaces appear along with some unprintable characters. So, how do you remove the extra spaces? Don't worry. In this video, I will tell you 3 easy ways to remove spaces in Excel. Let's jump right into them without further ado. First, let us see how to remove spaces using the trim function. This function removes any excess leading, trailing, and spaces in between values. but keep in mind that you'll need an empty column for the trimmed values. To trim the extra spaces for the values, enter the function trim of cell number in the destination cell or the formula bar. Here, cell number denotes the position of the untrimmed text. This gives you the trimmed value without any leading, in between, or trailing spaces. You can use the drag handle to apply the formula to other existing cells with untrimmed spaces. Copy the trimmed values by right-clicking on the selected column and selecting Cut or Copy. While pasting, use the Paste Special and paste the trim spaces as values. Next, let us use the Find and Replace method to remove unwanted spaces. This method works based on the principle of finding the number of spaces and replacing it. However, this method leaves one space with leading, trailing, or in-between space. This method is very effective when the untrimmed values are more spread out over the spreadsheet. To trim the values, first select Untrimmed Values. Navigate to Home. Under Editing, select Find and Select, and then click on Replace. Or simply press Ctrl+H. This opens up a Find and Replace dialog box. Enter a double space in the Find What text box and single space in the Replace With text box. Click Replace All. This pops up a notification showing replacements made for a certain number of places. Click OK. Again, click on the Replace All until you get a We couldn't find anything to replace notification shows up. Finally, let us see the third method to remove spaces in Excel. You can use the substitute formula to remove all spaces. This method works on the principle of replacing the space with an empty string. To trim the values of unwanted spaces, enter this formula in the destination cell or formula bar. Here, A22 is the cell that contains the untrimmed values. That is, the space is replaced by an empty string value. That's all, folks. In this video, we have seen 3 methods to remove leading, trailing, or spaces in between. Each method has its own advantages. Choose the method that suits your needs. Please feel free to leave your questions in the comment section below. We are always happy to help. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. Using bullet points is a great way to list important things in any document. We use them all the time in our reports and PowerPoint presentations. But have you ever wondered how to add bullet points in Excel? Well, of course, it is possible and easy to insert bullet points in Excel. In this guide, I'll show you 5 easy ways to add bullet points in Excel. Let's dive in. First, let us see how to add bullet points using the Alt key. This is one of the easiest methods to insert a bullet point in Excel. But it only works if you have a separate numeric pad on your keyboard. To insert bullet points using the Alt key, select the cell where you want to insert the bullet point. Now, hold the Alt key and press 7 or 9. Once you leave the Alt key, the bullet appears. You can drag the fill handle to copy the bullet points to adjacent cells. In case you don't have a numeric keypad, you can add bullet points to the cells by using the Insert option. Select the cell you want to add a bullet point. Go to the Insert tab and click Symbols. The Symbol dialog box opens. Click the drop-down and search for the bullet point. Select the bullet point and click on Insert. Another method of adding bullet points is by using the CHAR function. Select the cell you want to add bullets to. Use the formula in the destination cell or the formula bar and press Enter. This inserts the bullet points in the cells. You can drag the fill handle of the cell to add bullets to the other cells. You can also use the custom formatting of the cell to add bullet points. To add a custom format, select a cell or a group of cells. Right-click on the cells and select Format Cells. This opens up a dialog box. Under Number, select Custom. In the type bar, type. You can add the bullet point in the type bar by copying the bullet or Alt+7 method. Click OK. The text you add in the formatted cells will have bullet points. If you want to add bullet points to any other cells, right-click on the cell, go to Format Cells. Under Custom, select Format and click OK. If all this seems too much work for you, you can just copy and paste the list or bullets from other Microsoft Word documents or PowerPoint presentations. You can just copy the bullet points or can copy the whole list. Double-click a cell to enter edit mode and paste the copied list. You can see the list populating a single cell with bullet points. That is all, folks. In this video, we saw 5 easy ways to insert bullet points in Excel. You can use the Alt key, Insert tab, or custom formatting to insert bullet points in Excel. Choose the method which suits you best and saves time. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I will show you how to make a pie chart in Excel. Nonverbal representations are an amazing and innovative way to educate people on very intricate details. There are a variety of nonverbal presentations to present data. Among them, the most popular form of nonverbal cues is the pie chart. Let us see how to create a pie chart. First, select the data you are using for the pie chart. Go to Insert under Charts. Select the Pie Chart option. You can choose between different pie charts from the drop-down. Click on the pie chart of your choice. The chart gets added in the center of the sheet. We have successfully created a pie chart in Excel. Creating a pie chart in Excel is so simple. You can now easily portray complex numeric data in an easily understandable form. You can move or resize the chart and place it wherever you want. Additionally, you can also give an in-depth representation of any segment. Simply click on the chart. Select the area you want to highlight, and drag the area a little out to the pie chart. Now let us see how to customize the pie chart. Excel offers you the liberty to customize your pie chart to your preferences. You can change the colors, font, style, and fields to your liking. You can customize the pie chart by directly clicking on it. This shows 3 icons towards the right of the chart. They provide important options to customize your pie chart. The first option is called Chart Elements. This helps you customize the text in the chart. You can change the position of the chart title, add or change the position of the labels, or choose to position the legends to appear. There is an option called More Options. Clicking this opens up a Format Chart Title pop-up, which provides you in-depth additional customizing options to the chart. The second element is the Style and Color options. This helps you change the background layout of the pie chart. You can also customize the color of the areas within the pie chart. Customizing the colors and backgrounds helps in providing an appealing look to the chart and makes it easier to present them. The final element to customize your pie chart is the Filter option. This helps you choose which elements to show on the pie chart. That is all, folks. In this video, we saw how to make a pie chart in Excel. We also showed you how to customize it based on your preferences. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. The Excel Freeze Rows feature is one of the most important tools to manage how your spreadsheet appears when you are working on it. Its main objective is to freeze a row or set of rows in view so that you can easily view different parts of the spreadsheet at the same time. In this video, I'll show you 4 easy ways to freeze rows in Excel. First, let us see how to freeze a row in Excel. Scroll up or down until you see the desired row appears at the top of your screen. Go to the View tab and click on the Freeze Panes drop-down menu. Under the drop-down, choose Freeze Top Row. This will freeze the topmost visible row of the spreadsheet. The procedure to freeze columns is the same as freezing the row. To freeze a column, scroll left and right until the desired column appears first at the left of the screen. Now click on the Freeze First Column option from the drop-down list. This will freeze the first visible column of the spreadsheet. Additionally, you can also freeze panes in your spreadsheet. To freeze panes in your Excel sheet, select a cell. Then navigate to View from the Freeze Pane drop-down and click on Freeze Panes. The pane freezes to the left and above the cell. Now that we have seen how to freeze rows and columns in Excel, let us see how to unfreeze them. In case you want to unfreeze any frozen column or row, just go to the View tab. Then click on the Freeze Panes and click on Unfreeze Panes option. This will unfreeze all locked rows and columns, and your spreadsheet will be back to its original state. That's all, folks. Freezing panes, rows, and columns and unfreezing them is so simple. Hope you liked it. Suppose you have any queries, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I'll show you how to convert Excel to Word using two easy methods. In some cases, the Excel document may not be compatible with other software, or you might need to update or override any data. In such cases, you will have to convert an Excel file to a Word file. Let us jump right into the video without further ado. First, let us see how to convert an Excel to Word using the copy and paste method. This is an easy and simple way to convert an Excel file to a Word file. That is by copying contents from the Excel file and pasting it into a Word file. First, select the content to copy. Then, right-click the selected content and click on Copy. Or, you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+C to copy the contents. The copied content appears with a moving dots animation. Now, open an empty or existing Word document. Right-click on the destination and click on Paste. Or you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+V. While right-clicking on the destination cell to paste the contents, the Paste function has some options enabled to it. They help in choosing our preferences in formatting while copying the content to the Word file. This copies the data from the Excel sheet to the Word document. You can now save the file as a Word document either by clicking on Ctrl+S or by navigating to File and then clicking on Save. Then choose the destination and save the Word file. Another easy method to convert an Excel file to a Word file is by using the Insert method. First, open a Word document. Click on Insert in the menu bar. Under Text, click on Object. This opens up a dialog box. Click on Create from File. Check the link to the File checkbox to automatically update the data in the Word file. That is, if any changes are made to the original Excel file, the same changes will get reflected in the Word document. Choose the Excel document to be converted to a Word file and click on OK. This inserts and links the Excel file into the Word document. Now you can save the file as a Word document. Go to File and click on Save and save the file, or click on Ctrl+S to save the file on your device. That is all, folks. In this video, we saw two easy ways to convert content from an Excel file into a Word file. Use the copy and paste method to choose the formatting of the copied text, and use the Insert method to insert the Excel file onto the Word file. Choose the method which suits you best. Feel free to leave your queries regarding Excel in the comments below. We are very happy to help you out. Thanks. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video from Simon Says It. In Excel, numbers play a very major role. In some cases, you might need to round off the numbers. Sometimes it is unnecessary to round off values. But Excel automatically rounds off values greater than 15 digits. So what do? In this video, I will show you how to stop Excel from rounding the values using 4 easy methods. The first method is to change the format of the cells. In Excel, the default cell formatting is general. You need to convert the format to number so it can show more digits. To change the cell formatting from general to number, select the cell you want to change the format. Go to Home, and in the Number section from the drop-down, select Number. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+1 to change the formatting of the cells. Select Number in the Format Cells dialog box. You can also specify the decimal places and significant digits and click OK. Now you can see the format of the cell changed and the value exhibited as a complete number. The second method is to change the decimal places. To change the decimal place, select the cell with the rounded value. Navigate to Home. In the Number section, click on the Increase Decimal option to extend the significant digits which show up in the Excel sheets. This option gives you the liberty to choose the number of digits you want to display. In some cases, denoting numbers consisting of more than 15 digits is necessary. Values like bank balances or telephone numbers might not be displayed in Excel. To overcome this, you can add an apostrophe in front of the number. This converts the number to a string. Please keep in mind, Excel only has a display restriction for numbers, whereas a string does not have any restrictions. Adding an apostrophe is the appropriate workaround for you. Another reason Excel was not able to display the full range might be because of the width of the column. To overcome this error, you just have to extend the column tab. Place the mouse pointer in the column header. You can see the mouse pointer change to a double-sided pointer. Click on the column and drag the column to your desired width. In this video, we saw 4 easy ways to stop Excel from rounding. You can stop Excel from rounding the values by changing the format of the cells, by changing the decimal places, adding apostrophe, or extending the width of the column. Choose the method which suits you best. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. We are always here to help. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I will show you how to calculate subtotal in Excel. Subtotal is a function in Excel that helps you to calculate the average, sum, product, and other functions for the elements in the table. In this article, I will show you how to use the subtotal function in Excel in 2 methods. First, let us see how to use the subtotal function from the main menu. Select the cells of the table. Right-click and select Sort. You can select ascending or descending depending on your preference. Once the changed values are grouped together, we can now calculate the subtotal. Navigate to Data. Under Outline, click on Subtotal. This opens up a new subtotal dialog box. In the At Each Change In drop-down, select the option which you have grouped together or categorized in the rows. This is where the subtotal function performs on similar data. The second option is the Use function. We know that the subtotal function houses a variety of operations like sum, count, average, product, etc. You can choose your preferred operation from the drop-down. Finally, in the Add Subtotal to drop-down, select the column you want the function to act on. Now click OK. This gives you the subtotal and the grand total for the selected value. While projecting data, you might not want an extensive report containing all the elements. In such cases, you can use the 1, 2, 3 buttons or plus/minus symbols to show or hide the data. Another way to arrive at subtotal in Excel is by using a formula. Enter the formula in the destination cell. Once you enter the formula, Excel automatically shows the suggestions for the operations that you want to perform on the data. From the drop-down, double-click or select the preferred function and press the Tab key. This adds the function argument you want to perform on the data. While entering the operating parameter for the subtotal formula, you might wonder why there are two sets of operations with the same name. The first set of operations, 1 through 11, is used to calculate the values presented in the table even if they're visible or hidden. The second set of operations, 101 through 111, is used to calculate any visible values. They ignore the values that have been hidden manually. Now for the range argument. You can either enter the range or select the range and it will get populated. Press Enter. This gives you the subtotal of the data in the table. That is all, everyone. In this video, we saw how to calculate subtotal in Excel using two easy methods. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. We are always here to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I will show you how to create a slicer in Excel. Excel is usually preferred for its ability to store and access large amounts of information. To improve user friendliness, Excel has a lot of options and functions available to help the users search, find, or retrieve data. One among them is the Excel Slicer option. Excel Slicer works like a filter, helping sort out information from pivot tables and Excel tables. They help filter out and point out the required information from the large repository of data and present them in an easy-to-read and appealing format. In this guide, I will show you how to create a slicer in Excel and how they work. There are two ways to create an Excel slicer. One from the pivot table and the other from Excel table. First, let us see how to create an Excel slicer from a pivot table. When you have a pivot table in Excel, you can create the Excel slicer using the Pivot Table Analyze option. Under Filter, click on Insert Slicer. This opens up an Insert Slicers dialog box. In the dialog box, select the elements to create slices of. You can choose one or more slices. Click OK. This creates the slices. Now, you can sort the required data from the large repository of data easily. Second, let us see how to create an Excel slicer from an Excel table. To create a slice from an Excel table, go to the Insert menu. Under Filters, click on Slicer. You can also select the Insert Slicer from the Table Design menu under the Tools section. This opens up an Insert Slicers dialog box. Select the elements you want to create slices for. You can also select multiple parameters while slicing elements from the table. For example, if you want to know about the students from two cities, Buffalo and Brunswick, you can use the Multi-Select option to select two or more parameters from the city slice. You can clear the parameters using the Clear Filter option to clear all the parameters and show all the elements in the original table. This creates the slices for the Excel table where you can sort out data easily. You can customize the slice parameters using the Slicer menu in the menu bar. Slicers in Excel are a great way to retrieve important information from a large set of data, resulting in lesser manual work and providing maximum efficiency. In this video, we have seen how to create an Excel slicer and how they work. Use them in the right places to ease your effort and make the data more presentable. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. We are always here to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In this video, I will show you how to graph a function in Excel. Excel has proven to be a beneficial tool for performing various calculations. In addition to calculating the values, Excel also has the ability to provide a relationship between the input and output values in the form of graphs and charts. In this video, I will show you how to use a function and graph a function in Excel using two easy ways. Let's dive into it. In Excel, you can use the functions to establish a relationship between the input and output easily. There are two ways to use functions in Excel. First, if you are going to be operating on any mainstream function, Excel has a huge library of built-in functions you can choose from. You can just select the functions, enter the values, and Excel gives you the output. Select a cell and enter the values. Now, to add a function, click on any destination cell. Navigate to Formulas in the menu bar. Under Function Library, you will find a variety of categories. Select the function you want to operate on. This opens up another dialog box asking you to enter the arguments for the function. You can enter any constant value. Or if you want to select or add the name of the cell in the text box and click OK. This gives the sine wave value for the given input. Now you can use the drag handle to perform the function on other cells too. Secondly, there are some functions that might not be available in the Excel function library. In such cases, you can manually create a function and get the output. Manually entering the function in Excel is very simple. Just add an equal sign before the function in the destination cell and type them. In the case of variables, select or enter the cell number to get the output. Consider the example of a quadratic equation. Enter the inputs in one column. Let it be called X. The inputs can be positive, decimal, negative, or even 0. Now enter the function in the destination cell. Always remember to add an asterisk in place of multiplication when entering functions manually. Press Enter. This gives you the output corresponding to the function and the input. You can use the drag handle to add the function to other cells and get a series of outputs. Once you have the input and output for the required function, it is fairly easy to plot a graph. To plot a graph, select the x-axis input and y-axis output of the graph. Go to the Insert menu. Under Charts, select Scatter. Click on the type of scatter chart to represent the data. This plots a graph for the function with the inputs and outputs along the x and y axes, respectively. That is all, everyone. Plotting a function in the form of a graph gives an insight into the usage of the function easily to interpret the data. In this video, we saw how to use a function and graph a function in Excel. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. We are always here to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. While using Excel, you will be dealing with lots of data in text and number formats. Sometimes text and numbers may get accidentally intertwined, making it hard for Excel to differentiate the numbers from the text. This causes some errors and issues when using functions like sum and round since they only work on numbers. Excel throws an error in case of such exceptions. To avoid this, you need to convert the numbers formatted as text back to numbers. In this video, I will show you how to convert text to numbers in Excel in 5 easy ways. First, let us see how to convert text to number using the drop-down button. When a number is indicated as a text, it can be seen with a green flag towards the left top of the cell along with an exclamation mark notification. If you see this, you can easily convert a text to a number by clicking on the drop-down to the right of the cell. Click on the drop-down and select Convert to Number. When a text is converted to a number, the values appear to the right of the cell. Next, let's see how to convert text to number using the Text to Column option. Select the column which contains the numbers as text. Click on Data and select Text to Column. Click on Finish. This converts your text to numbers. Another easy method to convert text to numbers is by using the Paste option. Enter 1 in any of the cells. Right-click on the cell and click Copy, or you can use the keyboard shortcut by pressing Ctrl+C. Now, select the cell. Right-click on the cell and select Paste Special. This opens up a dialog box. In the Paste Special window, select All and select Multiply. Click OK. Since we are multiplying the text by 1, the text gets converted to a number and returns the same value. You can also convert a text to a number by using certain functions together. Enter the function in the cell where you want the text to be converted as a number and enter the cell number in the parentheses. This converts the number into a new cell. You can use the drag handle to apply the function to other cells. Now, once they are converted, you can copy the formatted numbers and paste them to their dedicated places by clicking on Paste Special and selecting Values. By using mathematical operations on a text, you can convert text to numbers. You can operate with 0 while adding and operate with 1 while multiplying or dividing. To convert a text to a number using arithmetic operations, enter the arithmetic operation in the destination cell. For example, to convert the text to a number, multiplying any value by 1 gives the same value. This way, the values get converted from text to numbers. Knowing how to convert text to numbers in Excel is essential for using some functions in Excel. Hope you learned how to convert text to numbers in Excel in 5 easy ways. Please leave your thoughts or queries in the comments section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone. Welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. Copying and pasting data are 2 commonly used operations while working on any application. Copying data eliminates the need to create or enter the data again manually. In Excel, you can copy data between cells, sheets, and even workbooks. However, when working on large data, you might only need to copy data that is visible or that has been filtered. In this video, I will show you how to copy visible cells only in Excel using 3 easy methods. One way to copy visible cells only in Excel is by using the Go To Special option from the Home menu. To copy only the visible cells, select the cells you want to copy. Navigate to Home. Under Editing, click on the drop-down from Find and Select. Select the Go To Special option from the drop-down. This opens up a Go To Special dialog box. From the dialog box, select Visible Cells Only and click OK. This option only copies the cells that are visible and ignores any hidden or filtered cells. If you look closely at the cells, you can see the cells are separated by a fine gray line. This denotes that any operation made will pertain only to the visible cells. Now, as usual, you can copy the cells. You can either right-click on the cells and select copy or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+C. You can see the selected cells appearing with the moving dots animation. Select the destination cells and paste the copied data. You can either right-click on the cell and select paste or use any of the paste options, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+V. This is another easy way to copy visible cells in Excel. This method will be most useful if you have to deal with more filters and values. You can easily toggle this option to copy visible cells whenever you want. To enable the visible cells only option in the quick access toolbar, open your Excel spreadsheet. Click on the small drop-down towards the top right of the menu pane called Ribbon Display option. You can access this drop-down from any main menu option. From the drop-down, click on Show Quick Access Toolbar. This shows another toolbar below the main menu pane. Click on the drop-down on the left of the Quick Access toolbar and click on More Commands. This opens up an Excel Options dialog box. Under Choose Commands from drop-down, click on All Commands. This shows all the options to add to the Quick Access toolbar. It'd be easier to find select visible cells since the buttons are arranged alphabetically. Click on Add. This shows the selected button in the previous pane. Click OK. This adds the Select Visible Cells button on the Quick Access toolbar. Now follow the same steps to copy and paste as mentioned in the above method. To copy the visible cells, first select the cells. Now click on the Select Visible Cells button from the Quick Access toolbar. Now copy the cells and paste them into their destination. You can see only the visible cells are copied and pasted. We know shortcut keys greatly help in simplifying the work, which requires additional steps. To copy only the visible cells using shortcut keys, select the data first. Now press Alt plus semicolon. All the operation you perform after pressing Alt plus semicolon only pertains to the visible cells. You can see the borders of the selected cells displayed in gray. You can now use the shortcut key Ctrl+C to copy the selected cells. The copied cells appear with a moving dots animation. Now, select the destination cell and paste the data. You can either right-click the destination cell and select Paste, or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+V to paste the data. This copies only the visible cells to the destination cell. The option to copy only visible cells is very useful to segregate and sort out data when large data are involved. In this video, we saw how to copy visible cells only in Excel using 3 easy ways. You can use the method which suits your purpose. If you have any queries, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. Sometimes more than one chart or a combination of data in a single area might be needed to depict the data in the most effective way. In such case, we can use the secondary axis to represent 2 various data points in a single chart. In this video, I will show you how to add a secondary axis in Excel. This is an easy method to create a graph or chart with data from different units. Depending on your selected data, Excel offers you suggestions of charts to plot the data. To plot the data in the form of a graph, first select the data. Navigate to Insert. Under Charts, click on Recommended Charts. Depending on the data you selected, Excel offers you recommendations of charts. Select one that suits your purpose best. Clicking on Recommended Charts opens up an Insert Chart dialog box. Click on your preferred choice of the chart, and the description of the chart appears with its use cases. Click OK. The chart gets populated in the middle of the Excel sheet. Once the chart is populated, you can now customize the chart to your liking. Now let us see another method to add a secondary axis in Excel manually. First, select the necessary data. Navigate to Insert. Under Charts, select any of the charts you want to use to represent the data. Once you click on the chart, it populates in the center of the screen. From the chart, you can see, along with the sales made, the profit is also plotted with the same scale. In case the data is too small to select, click on the larger data and press the Tab key. To right-click on the secondary data, hover the mouse over the data. Then the mouse turns into a four-sided pointer. Now right-click and select the Format Data Series option. This opens up the Format pane on the right side of the sheet. In the Format pane, under Series Options, select Secondary Axis. To change the secondary data into the preferred chart type, right-click on the secondary data and click on Change Series Chart Type. This opens up a Change Chart Type dialog box. This dialog box provides a variety of options that enables you to create, customize, and combine any chart independently. To change the chart type of the secondary axis, click on the drop-down from Series 2. This shows you different types of charts to choose from. Select the one which is most preferred. Click OK. This adds the necessary secondary access to the existing chart. That is all, everyone. In this video, we saw how to add secondary access in Excel in two ways. You can choose any method which suits your purpose. Hope you liked it. Suppose you have any queries, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We are always happy to help you. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial from Simon Says It. In Excel, we need to select cells to perform certain operations or to use functions. In those cases, we either select whole rows, columns, individual cells, or a group of cells. What would you do if the cells are far from each other and you need to select them? In this video, I will show you 5 ways to select non-adjacent cells in Excel. Let's start with using the Control key to select the cells. Holding the Control key and selecting the cells is one of the best ways to select non-adjacent cells in Excel, and this approach is pretty straightforward. By pressing and holding the Control key, select the cells you want to select. You can either click on each cell or use the mouse to drag to select a range of cells. Once you have selected all necessary cells, leave the Control key. In some cases, you might have to use only the keyboard and perform certain operations. When confronted with that situation, you can use the function keys to select the non-adjacent cells. To select the non-adjacent cells using function keys, click on any cell to act as an active cell. Now press the function key F8. This enables the extended selection mode. You can see the extended selection mode enabled from the bottom left of the spreadsheet near the accessibility status. To select the non-adjacent cells, press Shift plus F8. This in turn enables the Add or Remove selection mode. Now use the arrow keys to move the selection and select the cells you want. Once you have moved to another non-adjacent cell, press F8 again to enable the extended selection mode and select a cell or group of cells. After you have selected the non-adjacent cells, press F8 to get back to normal mode. Another easy way to select non-adjacent cells in Excel is by using their cell names to make the selection. To select the cells, first click on any cell. This marks the cell as the active cell. Now click on the name box in the top left-hand corner of the spreadsheet. Type the name of the cells separated by a comma in the name box. You can enter the name of the single cells or the range of cells separated by a comma. Press Enter. This selects all the non-adjacent cells in the spreadsheet. Another way to select non-adjacent cells is by using the Go To option. This way of selecting non-adjacent cells is similar to selecting cells using the name box option. To select non-adjacent cells using the Go To option, navigate to Home. Under Editing, click on the drop-down from Find and Select and click on Go To. Or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+H. This opens up a Go To dialog box. Enter the name of the cells or a range of cells separated by a comma and click on OK. This selects the non-adjacent cells in the Excel spreadsheet. There is another special case to select non-adjacent cells in Excel. However, this method can be used if the content of the cells is similar. To find cells with similar values, navigate to Home. Under Editing, click on the drop-down from Find and Select and click on Find. Or you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+F. This opens up a Find and Replace dialog box. Click Find and enter the value you want to locate. Click on Find All. This shows the location and description of the cells with the specific value. Click on Ctrl+A to select all the cells with similar values. Now, either click on Close or the X button to close the Find and Replace dialog box and keep all the selected cells. In this video, we saw how to select non-adjacent cells in Excel using 5 methods. You can choose any method which suits your purpose. Hope you liked it. If you have any queries, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.